You're watching my favorite YouTube channel. It's chill. I got Mike from Row Comics. Mike, he's got a shop in Bridgeport, Connecticut, don't you?
I do.
Shop Bridgeport, Connecticut. On Saturday, I said I'd get back to this, and this is exactly what it was.
After Black Panther 2018, people was lining up to get Black Panther comics.
So Black Panther. Am I sharing the screen? You guys can see this, right?
I can see it. Okay, but you're talking about exceptions to the rule. That's not the standard.
I didn't even know what I was gonna say.
No, I'm talking to Big Bro. You're talking about exceptions, Big Bro. How many comics? Hold on. How many?
That's enough of that. And like I said, I meant
that is enough of that.
Thank you to Big Bro for that. And yes, Jaded is onto something. I'll take it from here. The Ta-Nehisi Coates Black Panther did lead to sales. It was an amazing beginning. Right, Mike? You were there. You have anecdotal data based on your shops. Black Panther was like, oh, this thing, it's selling more than it was during the Jonathan Mayberry or the previous Black Panthers, Man Without Fear. It did well in 2016, yeah?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And if we go to Comichron, which I'm going to go to now.
I missed that place.
Why do you miss it?
Because they used to have sales figures there.
You used to be able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was going to edit this part out, but that was a great little commentary that you had. It used to be great when we could know exactly what sold in May of 2016. And we could look at the numbers for Black Panther issue number 2, which was 77,000. And if I look for Black Panther issue number 3,
Civil War 2,
75,000.
So it dropped about 2K.
Black Panther 4, 72,000. That's still healthy. Like for the time back in 2016, that's a great number. Yeah.
Yeah. It only dropped what, 5,000, 5K from 1 to 4.
Okay. And now let's find Black Panther issue number 5, 83,000. It actually went up. Are you kidding me?
So wait, hold on. This smells of, we have a Punisher or Ghost Rider or Spider-Man appearance. Let's see. Hold on.
Sometimes you can artificially inflate by providing the shops with extra units without actually. They've done that before in the past.
Well, I mean, do they count?
It's still good news. It's still not in cancellation territory. The way things are going to end with this run.
Well, no. What I'm saying though is that do they count those?
They would.
Yeah.
I've seen them count before. Now we get to 6 and it jumps down to 58. We're kind of not back to earth, but this is a fantastic fucking number. 58,000 units being sold for Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther, and we're 6 months in. It was a success. They reached out to a a different market of a different genre, and he brought sales. He was a popular figure. 60,000, so it jumped up another 2K. This is great comic booking from the Ta-Nehisi Coates. So that Big Bro was talking about. He's right. This is but like the Jaded Fanboy said, it's an exception to the rule because there's no other time this happened. Black Panther World of Wakanda was spun out of that because, this guy's is so profitable. We can make limited series with him as well as ongoing series with him because his issue number 8 sold 43,000. Sorry, because his issue number 8 sold 43,000 sales there.
I don't know if this had something to do with it, but they had 5 variant covers for number 5.
Oh, it had something to do with it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if that's the standard. You know, no, because the other issues had like 3. I see for number 4 there were 3 variants. They don't show me what the variants are. Freaking Marvel. Number 6 also had 3. So for some reason, for number 5, they had 5.
Got it. Number 9. They were to 39,000 units. This is not cancellation territory. Sales that are cancellation are down here. As you can see, Squadron Supreme issue 14. This wouldn't last much longer. This is about when they canceled the Squadron Supreme series.
I honestly thought I read somewhere that 10K is, if it's lower than 10, then that's it. It's not profitable.
I've heard the same things, probably from the same source you saw it. I just don't remember where that was. But yeah, generally, once it starts dipping below that, that's cancellation territory. So when I'm talking about how Black Panther got to all the way to issue number fucking 9 and we're still at 39,000, let's jump a month ahead. We're on January 2017 and issue 10 sold 38,000. This is sustainable. We didn't have that for the most recent e-viewing comic, and that's why it was canceled. This was a great what Ta-Nehisi Coates was able to achieve. I commend it, Mike.
But we didn't have that you know of. Because we don't have sales figures, remember? So you can't, for e-viewings run, we can't.
You're right. But it was canceled. It wasn't canceled because they were making too much money, Mike. It was canceled because they got below cancellation territory.
Again, do I have to refer back to my Betsy Braddock example?
What's your Betsy Braddock example? They
kept doing that damn book. They kept doing that character. They gave her 3 series. Chill. Granted, they were limited, but still, if you added all of them up together, you would have more than you had for Black Panther.
And the reason why they restarted every time after was because number ones sell really high.
No, it didn't.
Number ones do sell higher than number 2s and 3s and 4s and 5s.
But it didn't. Not for this show.
For your shop, it didn't?
It didn't at all. Yeah, it didn't.
Shit.
At all.
I wish I had the sales data for current day.
I completely agree, because then it would make sense and I would understand why they continued to reboot that title over and over and over again. It would make sense. I could understand Black Panther because he's in a major motion picture and he has his own franchise. But Betsy Braddock, I don't even think Captain Britain, never mind. It's not even a female thing. It's like, yeah, Captain Britain isn't one of those, oh my God, I hope there's a Captain Britain movie coming out.
So we're at February now, and we're looking at the 11th issue with 35,000. You can see the difference in the numbers, right, Mike? It's dipping a little bit. Now, how common is it for comic book readerships to dip?
Well, I mean, part of that is also the fact that when we order these books 2 months in advance, and we do have something called an FOC. However, by the time by the time the FOC for issue number 1 comes, by the time the FOC for issue number 1 comes around, no, because that's wrong, because number 1 still wouldn't have dropped.
It's always 2 months late. I get it. You're looking at your shelf.
What I'm saying is that we have to order number 2s before we get number 1s, so we don't know how much and you, like you said, number 1s sell allegedly. So retailers, if they're smart and forward thinking, they would say, okay, I'm going to order extra number 1s to have it for supply and demand. However, can you base those numbers with number 2? Because you're going to have to hope that all of those customers are repeat customers, and all of them. So let's say you order 50 copies of number 1. You're going to hope that there's at least 50 to 40 customers that can come back for number 2. And that doesn't always happen.
Nope.
Retailers will err on the side of caution and decide, you know what, maybe I'll order half as much, or maybe a quarter as much, or whatever. So that kind of skews the numbers. However, there's this thing that I do where I gather all the issues of a storyline or of a miniseries together, and I package them together and whatever else. 9 times out of 10, for some reason, number 3s are always missing. And I don't know why. It makes no sense whatsoever. You would assume number 2, with what I just described, would be missing, because I would sell all the number 2s and not have any left. But it's always number 3s that seem to be missing for some reason. But that's what we have to do. Like, for instance, this Gotham City Sirens series that just came out last month, it was a weekly thing. I was ordering number 4 before number 1 even came out, and I didn't know how many to order. So these are the fun things we have to deal with.
I could do something else. There's this series, I Am Groot number 1, that came out that month, and there were 32,000 units sold.
Correct.
So let me jump over. We're here for Black Panther. So Black Panther 15, it was 25,000. But how did I Am Groot do this time around?
Well, hold on. You're doing a wrong thing, because that was basically like a kid's book, dude.
Isn't it relevant though to show you that I Am Groot number 2 went down to 23,000? Why does that matter if it's a kid's book or an adult's book? From 32,000 for issue 1 to 23,000 for issue 2. There's a steep decline.
Because it's a kid's book, though.
All right, I'll use a better example. I'll use a better example.
Yes, use a different example.
So as we're here monitoring Black Panther, that's the point of our video. We'll have a side quest in this video. So the month was June of 2017. We know what Black Panther sold at June of 2017. You can see that number 1 of Star Wars Darth Vader got 118,000. Now, later on in the month, there was a second issue of Star Wars Darth Vader. I guess they had like 5 Wednesdays. And on that 5th Wednesday, there were 66,000. It declined. It was cut in half.
But also remember, there were a shit ton of variants. Whether they were, and see, this is the thing. I don't know. Actually, no, I don't think they, well, they must. I don't know if they count store variants in that figure, because if they do, you have to order, what is it? 3,000 copies, I think it was at the time. Maybe 2,000 copies.
What stores are doing that?
Well, I did one for Batman. I did one for Godzilla where he's
How
destroying
many?
the store.
How many?
You had to order 3,000 copies.
And the variants that you got, how much did you sell it for?
No, oh God, I don't even remember. This was during the pandemic, dude. It was a crazy time.
That's a madness. But number ones are inflated because of variant covers and that kind of stuff.
But they had a lot of variant covers regular.
But by the time we get to number 2, it will decline.
Yes.
So that's what Star Wars' Darth Vader was
Number one.
by number 1, and then by number 2, it went down to 66. I'm gonna jump forward 1 month, even though we're tracking T'Challa. This is a side quest. The Star Wars Vader number 3 sold 59,000. It went down again from 66. Let's get back to the point though. The point is Black Panther and T'Challa's issue 16. It dipped down to 29,000. We're still not canceling. We're at issue 16. I'm gonna jump ahead because this is kind of taking a long time. I'm gonna jump ahead to December just to be quick about it. And how much did the comic decline towards? Now there's only 22,000 people reading the comic on December of 2017.
Oh God, and they did the stupid numbering.
Oh yeah, they changed the number, but don't worry about that, guys. That's pretend it just said issue number freaking 18 or whatever number we're supposed to be actually on.
23, maybe, I think 24, right?
They only went 25 issues, and then they restarted with Intergalactic Empire. They went 25 issues there. Remember?
That's right. He put Wakanda in outer space. God.
Hey, if that wasn't clear, this is what we mean looking at the 2016 run. It started with issue 1. The numbering made a lot of sense, and then somewhere around issue 18. They reverted to 166 because there's been that many all time of Black Panther, but it's really just continuing it up until we reached 172, which of course is only 25 issues of Ta-Nehisi Coates. It came to an end just so that they could renumber it. You can see issue number 1, 2, 3, and the second go of Ta-Nehisi Coates reached 25 issues also, except they didn't stop to tell you the numbers. In the corner of these comics, you can see a number, there's 25, and then right below, Legacy, 197th of Black Panther. So that's the way that they decide. It was a weird time, but there is their explanation. Back to me monitoring the numbers throughout the months. 171, which was 24,000, steady, healthy. It's the 90th hottest selling comic. And that's good. That's healthy. We want it to continue. And as long as we continue to support it, we'll still keep getting Black Panther. 172. This was kind of like the final one of this volume. But in May of 2018, you see this. It was the number 5 highest selling comic because they renumbered it. Remember what's happening in May of 2018. The movie had already come out. What was the vibes like for T'Challa in your store, Mike?
2018? I don't remember.
May of 2018, it was enthusiastic. Yeah. In May of 2018, they renumbered. How about you just say that? You tell the audience they renumbered with Ta-Nehisi Coates still as the writer.
Yeah, they did. They do that, and I honestly, I'm vehemently opposed to it. Can
you say it again? Can you I want you to say it as if I wasn't the one who introduced the topic. Just be like, oh, this was May in 2018 where they renumbered it. I don't like that. So go.
Well, yeah, this is May 2018.
Can you be more enthusiastic, Mike, please?
Boy, chill. This was back in May of 2018. Things were sunnier and the world was a much nicer place. And Black Panther sold 122,000 copies. Why did they do that? Probably because he was in the movies.
So enthusiasm was huge. I collected this comic book myself. I was like new, going into the shops for the first time. Oh, Black Panther starting over. It's number 1. Why not? And I was so pissed because
would you have bought it if it wasn't number 1?
Probably not. No. Wait.
But see, we got to break.
But I did buy the preview. I have them in front of me.
Well, no, I know. I'm just saying, so let's pretend you were not a customer, you were not a reader, and you saw the movie, and you're like, hey, this is a good movie. I want to read the comic. Would you not have bought it if it was number 1? See, we got to break people out of that way of thinking because that's OCD, man. We got to stop that shit.
It's logical, man. In the beginning, it's gotten a 1 on it. You jump on. So I was gonna buy it. It just so happened May was about when I got into the comic book shop. It's funny how it worked out that The movie comes out. I get Marvel Unlimited probably that February or that March, and I dig into the comics. Then I started visiting comic shops because I got a phone and I was like, "Oh, what shops there exist? Oh, there's one over there. There's one." I live in a great city with multiple shops, so like
that's good.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said, well, that's good.
But and if you're in Bridgeport, Connecticut, you know where to go.
There's only one, me.
Yeah. So the story. That's the thing. That was the story. It was lame. It was a futuristic thing. What the hell is this? I picked up issue number 2 also, which dipped down to 34,000 units sold from that amazing over 100K. I picked up issue number 2.
But again, the variants. You know?
Yeah, I know why. Yeah. I picked up issue 2. I thought it was trash. Also, it had nothing to do with the current T'Challa. It was like a futuristic timeline story, and I was like, I'll be back by issue 5 when he returns to normal. I don't want to spend more money on that. But I didn't know the Intergalactic Empire was going to be this Elseworld story that took so long. And I was just like, I don't need to read this stuff. These stories are irrelevant. These planets are irrelevant. We'll never visit them again. I was proven to be correct. I'm not into these stories.
Thus far.
Little tie-ins, little mini one-shots, but they never matter. Okay.
To you.
To the overall story, objectively. When it goes down to 34,000, though, it's probably because you, the retailer, were probably like, well, I remember only this few people ordered for back when it was issue 177. So why would it change 2 months later? I got extra issue number 1s, but now it's June of 2018, and April was not that long ago. So I'm going to order a safe number of Black Panther issue number 2. You did not. You guys did not go too hard for issue number 2, correct? Is that safe to say that you were like, I'm gonna return to my conservative estimate, or I'm gonna return to my conservative
estimations? Yeah,
estimations.
But also, I mean, one, taking into account the variant covers. 2, taking into account the FOC, because at this point, when we had to do the FOC for number 2, we still hadn't gotten number 1, so we don't know how much would have sold, and we ordered 166,000 copies of them, so there's no way we're thinking, oh, there's going to be 166 copies sold of number 2 and 3 and 4 and whatever else. So maybe some stores based it against the previous Black Panther numbers. You know what I mean?
Now let's go to issue number 3 of Black Panther in August, and that was 35,000. A little bit of an impressive bump. We'll jump over one more month, and in September, Black Panther number 4 of Ta-Nehisi Coates' second volume, his 4 went down to 30,000 units sold. His number 5, 31,000, and it's keeping steady. The audience, even with that renumbering gimmick, you kind of went back to who you expected. Mind you, this series came out, the Black Panther vs. Deadpool 5-issue limited. People over-ordered with 44,000. Watch, it'll go down the next month. How much do you think it'll go down to by issue 2 of Black Panther vs. Deadpool?
I think it'll go maybe low 30s.
Can you say that again without like the chips?
It's actually Welch's fruit and yogurt blueberry, but I'm
keeping that in there. No, that people need to know how disrespectful you just were with that answer. No,
wait.
We're keeping that in there.
Did you or did you not just do a 33 questions as you were raw dogging like ramen noodles or whatever the hell it was? Was that you on camera, no less? I'm over here sitting here in front of him, and here we go. See, look at that. See,
poutine. Okay.
Oh, whatever, same difference.
I hope our audience is like enthralled with that.
ASMR, baby.
Number 6 of Black Panther, 26,000, and yeah, Black Panther vs. Deadpool. It went down by almost. Was almost
30, low 30s.
Yeah, it was almost cut in half. 26,000.
No, well, I thought it was 33 last time, wasn't it?
I'll rewind.
No,
last time it was 44,000,
okay.
And then this month over it was 26,000. So it's just common to see something go from number 1 to number 2 and have a steep decline. It's just normal. I want to just emphasize that because we're learning about comic sales. Shout out to Big Bro for posing the question, and we're documenting the Ta-Nehisi Coates run. And there's a reason why Ta-Nehisi Coates' run wasn't canceled by the time we got to issue 7 of his new volume, because 27,000 sales is decent. What he provided, I want to give him credit, because a lot of others don't do this. They get a novelist, they get a journalist, they get a somethingist, and they bring a new audience with them.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Hickman was using T'Challa in the Secret Wars, so that helped too. He was very prominent in the New Avengers comic book, so he did have like actual comic readers.
Yeah, he was in the Illuminati, and in New Avengers, that's where the Illuminati was, and in the regular Avengers, that was the good thing about Hickman writing both the Avengers and the New Avengers around the time that led into Secret Wars, because he was able to lay the groundwork, the foundation for everything. And the Illuminati was trying to like the New Avengers was kind of like the Cerebral book, kind of sort of, because that's where all the big brains were. The Illuminati were trying to stop the incursions from happening. Whereas, like, you know, the regular Avengers, it was just Cap and all them fighting and whatever else, you know.
So the most important storyline in Marvel, T'Challa was in front of. He was
no, absolutely, yeah.
He was there.
He's in Illuminati, yeah.
And what did it turn into? Some of it turned into customers going, I remember reading him with Hickman for 2 years. I'm going to continue reading him because I've grown an attachment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And some of that is why it's a 27,000 unit seller and not something terrible. We're going to jump to the year 2019. So shout out to Ta-Nehisi Coates and shout out to the work of Hickman. I'm going to jump over to March of 2019. Issue 10, 21,000. That's not a flop, because there was an issue number 11. It didn't get canceled the way that E-Viewing's run was canceled at 20,000. That's how much, and that's not many. 20,000 people is not that many. I have YouTube videos with more views than 20,000 people. Black Panther 12, 20,000 again. You think they're going to do another month of 20,000 for June?
So it looks steady.
Watch, you jinxed it. 21,000.
It went up.
This is lovely. This is like happy news, because we have a movie character who is, it worked. The movie people are adding on like 23,000 now. It's, I think Killmonger was being advertised around this time, around these issues, right? Wasn't it issue 17 maybe? Oh, there it is. By 15, we had a little bit of a dip to 18,000. Still not cancellation territory. They will continue making Black Panther comics at issue 18, but it is looking grim. Oh, this was when Spawn 300 came out, eh? How much Spawn? Oh, that was a lot. Really?
Well, that's because he had there was like a 1 in 500 variant and stuff like that. That was like signed by him or something.
How did you perform? Did you sell out for these $8 comics?
I ordered a lot. Yeah, sold some as sets. Had rather customers wanting the variants and stuff. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Awesome. Like, these numbers are earned, right? When they reach 300, it's earned. And it's
well, it's earned because of gimmicks.
Okay.
Not like you know, like if you buy 5 covers, meaning you, that's just one person buying 5 covers, and the next month he's only going to buy 1 unless they do some other variant covers that they like. Whereas I would rather have 5 different people come in and buy those 5 covers that you bought, you know. That way there's more of a chance of maybe, say, 2 or 3 of those people coming back the following month.
I got you. Spider-Man #1 from Dan Slott. Oh, look at Hawk's.
No. If I remember correctly, because I saw the image up there, that was J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, thank you. I hate that I got that wrong, but I'm happy that you were there to correct me, sir. Hawkspox.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
This was just a time to be a comic fan. Oh, even Doomsday Clock. This was the same time as that also.
Jeff Johns. Yep.
2019 was booming. But we're here for T'Challa. Where was he? All the way. Oh, this was the Jim Zub book, unless I'm wrong about that. Black Panther and the Agents of Wakanda. Jim Zub. 39,000. And we'll monitor issue 2 when we get there. So 16. The next month, from 39,000, Black Panther Agents of Wakanda went down to 27,000. They didn't go down as much, but it wasn't that high to begin with.
Yeah.
Regular old Black Panther, 15,000. We're getting close to 2020. How about I just skip to 2020 January? 3 months left until D-Day. Issue 20 of Black Panther, 15,000.
Okay.
So they're not canceling it. They'll collect that into a trade paperback and enjoy it.
Well, they usually go in 6-issue increments.
Oh yeah, there's 6-issue increments. You're right. But nowadays it's like 5 or sometimes 4. Black Panther 21, 14,000. We're dipping, we're dipping. We're not doing too well in 2020 in February. But the other books around here that are Marvel are Hawkeye Freefall. Okay, that was only a limited series, so it was going to end at 5 anyways. So they're not really worried that it's only.
Is it free falling?
Free.
Get demonetized.
Free falling. We go to Hawkman 21 from DC.
I hate Hawkman.
Nearing the end.
Yeah.
Magnificent Ms. Marvel. This would end at issue 18, and you can see that at 12, it was at 12,000. So, and they said that the trade paperbacks sell well for Ms. Marvel. Is any of that true?
Not here.
Yeah, it's anecdotal again. It's just your experience.
Yeah.
March of 2020, our favorite month.
Yeah. That should be a short month.
This many delivered. It was 13,000. I'll have you know that 25 was the final issue of Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther.
Aww.
Because they were in cancellation territory, and they decided that was their checkpoint of 25. They collected whatever it was that needed to be collected into a trade paperback, and game over. Agents of Wakanda, issue 7, only 9,000 sold. This was ready to come to an end. So I hope we learned something about how sales work and how gradually things decline, and when does the comic book company pull the plug on a character. Sometimes the writer can get sick, get tired, do something to not want to be there anymore, and that's different. But Ta-Nehisi Coates was still working there. He was doing Captain America, I think, even after Black Panther ended. He was still a writer there and willing to do work. They canceled it due to sales by the time they got to 25 of his second volume of Intergalactic Empire. Did you hear anything otherwise, that Ta-Nehisi Coates left because he was frustrated or anything, or it was sales based? Yeah.
I don't recall anything about what the reason was. I do know that people were tired of it, though, to be honest with you, because I think at that time also he was also writing Captain America. He was doing both of them, and people were less than thrilled with both of them. Ta-Nehisi, he's like an author, so he's a writer, so that would make sense. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you can write comic books.
No, it doesn't.
So some people might have had a problem with that, like Wakanda and space and whatnot. I could be one of those people, but hey, if the art is good, sometimes people buy it for that, oh, and actually, Black Panther issue number 5, just looking at it now, it says it started a new storyline.
5 of what?
Number 5 on the 2016 one that we did. I don't know. I still had the Google page up, and then it says Sword for Lions starts now. Ta-Nehisi Coates is joined by guest artist and modern master Chris Sprouse for the second arc chronicling the final days of the Kingdom of Wakanda. Okay,
in 2016, on the month of November, it was Black Panther 5.
Well, this says August 10th, 2016. But
okay, excuse me. I'll find it.
Number 5.
I'll find it. August, and that's why there was this big sales increase that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Number 5 went up to 83,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a brand new story.
And again, and they also did 6 variants instead of 3. They did 3 more.
There, you predicted it right. The extra variants result in, I'll order some extra for my store and more sales. And they don't, and not every store is going to sell every single one of their comics, and they'll look on their shelf and they'll be like, oh, was it worth it? We got all these extra variants, but then there's some stock left over. But at least we sold our variants at a higher price to make profit. What do people need to know? What does Big Brell need to know? And Jaded Fanboy, what do they need to know?
Well, what Jaded needs to know would take another 36 minutes. But Brell, I mean, no, he just needs to keep buying comics. That's all. Enjoy what you buy. Buy what you enjoy. That's it. Yeah, and hopefully maybe they'll do another T'Challa book. Although you should go out and buy Avengers versus Aliens if you want your T'Challa fix, and Black Panther versus Predator.
Save your money.
No, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Storm is coming out.
Trust me. Avengers versus Avengers versus Aliens is Jonathan Hickman, Eastside Remix. What are you talking about? And T'Challa starts it. It begins with T'Challa. What are you, dude? No, don't listen to this man. Buy it.
Trust me, buy it.
The onus on if the Avengers and Aliens book doesn't sell well or underperforms is not going to be burdened on the character T'Challa because it's called Avengers vs. Aliens. When it's a marquee, the name on the cover is Storm, and we already know that she's a pretty impactful character. One time, me and Mike actually worked together on one of those tiers. Remember this one? When we were going off of, no, not this one. We did this one. We were saying who are the characters that Marvel is behind, who are they very behind, who are they not very behind. We didn't see, we saw Black Panther and we saw Storm. We didn't see some of them other chums. It's worthwhile to put your dollars behind Black Panther and behind Storm to get characters who will enact the impact and the meaning of why we want representation. Those two characters. Save your money on Aliens Avengers.
No,
just buy 2 issues of Storm. Buy 2 issues of Storm each month.
You know what?
Variant. Get a main cover. I let you.
There's one day where you don't need to eat supper or something. Use that money to buy Aliens versus Avengers, in addition to buying everything that Chill is talking about.
Money
right
is
now.
finite. There's only a few resources in the world.
Just
go to an illegal website to read Aliens.
No.
Because when you buy 2 Storms, you're still getting your money to the comic book shop.
Do that, but don't listen to him with the other thing. Go and buy. You cannot replace the feeling of holding a comic book and turning the pages and reading and seeing Isad's art on the page. And dude, if you are a T'Challa fan, you will buy Avengers versus A. You should buy it. You should. He opens up the damn book. Okay.
If we continue to spread our money to multiple different comics, none of the
feature the character. Why is this issue selling so well?
Because they're not marquee.
Do you know what they used to do back in the 90s?
Featuring the character is not the same as the titled character is this character.
In the 90s, what they used to do when books wouldn't sell that well, they would throw in Spider-Man. They would throw in Ghost Rider. They would throw in Wolverine. They would throw in Punisher. Okay. And those books would get a bump. Okay. So if they continue to use T'Challa in a supporting role or in a cameo role or in a, whatever role, and those books are bumped, geez, I wonder why those books are getting bumped. Could it be because Black Panther's in there?
That's not going to happen. That's not going to be the message from Alien vs. Avengers issue #1. That there's no way that the Marvel executive editor is going to go, oh, must be because of T'Challa. There's no way that correlates. If Aliens and Avengers was on 16 issues, and then on the 17th issue, the one where T'Challa joins,
okay, then Black Panther versus Predator. But see, you should buy Aliens versus Avengers because your favorite character T'Challa is in there, and he has a prominent role in that book. So, as a fan of the character T'Challa, I would want to own that appearance.
If you have enough money to buy that, I urge you to also buy.
I'm not saying instead of. I'm saying in addition to. I don't know why he continues
to keep using in
narrative.
Addition to.
No, yes.
As if there's an endless amount of money. But if you do have enough money and you're not in financial straits, buy 2 issues of Black Panther the next time when it reboots eventually. Every issue. Vote twice with your dollar. Gerrymandering it's possible with comic books. So you guys are going to buy your Alien Avengers, you're going to buy your Luke Cage and all these little other characters. The ones who matter, who are in the highest potential to make change, are Storm and Black Panther.
What are you talking about, Luke
and you
Cage?
should be changed, or benefits of representation, having lead characters. Because who cares if Marvel says we have black characters?
Well, Luke Cage is in Spider-Man. He's in Spider-Man this week.
Yes, bum. Who cares?
Bum. He's the mayor of New York.
Bum. The characters who matter at this comic book company are right over here, and they decline as we go lower. The level of importance.
Scarlet Witch is the current Betsy Braddock. Okay, so I would watch that. And She-Hulk's book just got canceled at #10.
We can argue.
What you're talking about.
And we can argue exactly where one goes. And maybe She-Hulk is not like the 28th most hottest character.
Same with Doctor Strange. Do you want me to pick these apart? I can pick these apart for you if you want.
I made these like three years ago. I made these a while ago, 2 years ago, and this is worthy of discussion and debate, but not by much. You can bring Doctor Strange down, but he is one of the top 30 characters.
Without a book. Without a book pretty soon.
All right. Black Panther and Storm are near cancellation territory Always. We had those 15 issues from that piece of shit. And then we had Dr. Evel Ewing, who had 10 issues. The next time Black Panther starts over, don't think, oh, it'll be just like Ta-Nehisi Coates. The sales numbers are worrisome. Buy 2 comics of Black Panther. Ensure that this character continues. He already has 200 comics. He has more. And buy Aliens and Avengers and buy Black Panther appears here. Black Panther appears there. Go ahead, buy all those. Go ahead. But while you're at it, buy 2 Black Panthers and buy 2 Storms.
But why aren't you saying buy Ultimate Black Panther, which, by the way, this week
Black
has
Panther.
a very sexy cover. Seek that one out. It's the Russell Dowderman variant with him and Storm in the rain. And that's all I got to say about that.
Well, Ultimate Black Panther is a thing. Also, I encourage you buying that. Now, here's the thing. Oh, God. I'm so pessimistic. When the Secret Wars movie comes out, that's a movie where incursions are going to happen and other universes are going to collide and the universes won't exist anymore. When that movie's happening, the comics will do this copycat thing and the Ultimate Universe will not exist anymore. So no matter how much money you spend on Black Panther, Ultimate Black Panther, they will stop.
Well, see, but here's the thing. If they're spending money on Ultimate Black Panther, hopefully they will say, hey, look at the talent we have on Ultimate Black Panther.
Yes.
People were buying it, so let's make proper Black Panther.
Agreed.
You're welcome.
But you don't got to buy 2 Ultimate Black Panthers. Just buy 1.
Well, buy the regular cover, the A cover, and then make sure you get that Russell Dodderman cover.
For issue 8, you guys can get 2. But I'm trying to get a military strategy to concentrate the effort on a single thing. Remember how we concentrated the recast of T'Challa on August 28? We got it to trend. Same thing. We can focus on getting everyone's money on this.
I don't know if it's because you're Canadian or something, and I know Americans have this problem too, but we can multitask. It's okay. You can buy something that brings you joy and accomplish a mission.
If you have enough money, absolutely do that.
Well, I'm not saying buy 2 of every comic book.
I'm saying buy 2 of Storm and Black Panther.
Well, that's fine, yes, but you're acting as if I'm saying buy 2 of every comic book, everything that DC. That would be nice for whatever local comic store you might frequent or whatever. Or if you want to come here and buy 2 of everything, I would appreciate that very much. But I'm not saying that. I'm saying you should buy, first and foremost, you should buy the things that you like. That's part of the problem. I saw some dude come in today, and he felt perplexed. He felt and it does sometimes I can understand with children getting overwhelmed with the sheer volume of comic books that I have in the store and stuff like that. But he was, and I'm like, dude, and then the thing happens with the numbering. Oh, well, I can't get a number 1. Like, just pick a character, buy the book. There are ways to find out past storylines. There are ways to find, you got Wikipedia, you got there's stuff. It's not the old days anymore. Okay. You can do this. Just buy it. Do that.
You can do it, guys.
Yes, exactly. Yes, I do have a hat. It's red, and the Thanos bank that I have, the Thanos, which is just Thanos's head, it says "Make the comic industry great again." And of course, I think that we would probably make America great again before we could make the comic industry great again. But I hope it happens one day.
Comicsgate lives at Rogue Comics.
No, it's not Comicsgate. Make the comic industry great again? No. That would be nice. That would be something that would be, you'd have people that actually read the books or know. I never understood why. Never mind. I don't want to get into that. But yeah.
Remember how we were ending this one? No, we're good. Peace and subscribe to me, and don't subscribe to the Dre Max Show. Bye.
Leave that on there. Yeah. No, you better make sure you edit that part out.